What's up, guys? I'm back. Oops, sorry about that. I had the microphone off. Now it's on. What's up, guys? I'm back. Ronald here with the new tropical update. Yeah, that's my name, Ronald. Yeah, that's my name. And if you've seen my videos on my YouTube channel, that's my name on my YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to my videos, cause I'll be doing more as time goes on. We're doing some gaming, some tropical update, and stuff like that. Okay, for the meantime, we got Darby out here. A 64, I think it's a 60-mile-per-hour tropical storm. Yeah, it is. 60-mile-per-hour tropical storm. It's heading westward at 12 miles per hour. So, why do I think this thing... Yeah, this thing weakened because there was a lot of dry air out here. This thing's been fighting dry air and colder water, and now this thing is forecast to re-strengthen again. It's forecast to re-strengthen again and move, and its track takes it like this. So here are the forecast points. Here are the forecast points that I'm showing you. You can see here. And here are the sea surface temperatures. Out here is like 25 degrees Celsius. That's where the storm has been all this time. That's why it's been weakening. And not just that, it's been fighting with dry air. You can see all the circulus out here heading in this direction. All these circulus is due to this big ridge that's up here off screen. So here are the points. As it's moving slowly, it's going to pick up the pace as soon as tomorrow. So it'll be moving much faster over here as time goes on. And here's the oops, whatever. So oops, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Here's the cone from the National Hurricane Center. You can see here, tropical storm warnings are now up for the Big Island of Hawaii, as you can see here. And tropical storm watches are now in effect for Hawaii's islands. The second one, I think it's Oahu. I don't know what is it called. I think it's the second island of Hawaii. Yep, yes. And yeah, as soon as tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening, it could be making landfall or bypassing Hawaii with rough surf, maybe big waves, maybe a little bit of gusty wind, maybe a little bit of rain. So, as you can see here, the watches are up, the warnings are up, and the surfers out here have to be aware of the wave heights, because with Darby like 100, maybe 50 or 100 miles offshore, that kind of situation can cause a high rip current risk. So the beachgoers in here, or the surfers, the people that want to surf, have to be aware. And we have to keep an eye on this, see how it makes landfall or bypasses Hawaii. So, we also got another system, Celia. It's actually now it's post-tropical. As you can see here, this is the National Hurricane Center. You can see now it's post-tropical. The National Hurricane Center now downgraded Estelle into a post-tropical cyclone. As of the 11 a.m. advisory, as you can see here, the winds are at 40 miles per hour. The minimal pressure is at 1,005. And here's the cone from the National Hurricane Center. Here's the cone from the National Hurricane Center. As you can see here, it's moving northwest. It's already entering cooler water up down here. It's already entering cooler water in this area. The water starts to get much cooler, and also there's a lot of dry air to its north. As soon as Sunday morning, it could be interacted with dry air. So this thing could be gone. So here's Estelle. It's really terrible. Look at this. It's terrible. Look at this. Most of the storm is dry. This is a very dry storm. and most of it's moisture, as you can see here. Look at this. In the nighttime, it looks terrible. Look at the daytime. All these circulus clouds are dry air. And look at this. It's been sucking into its core for days. And here are the forecast points. It's still a tropical storm. It's still a tropical storm, but it's been downgraded. Now the NHC has made this post-tropical because of what it looks like. It's terrible. It does, in the center's right here. It's moving northwest. Could be downgraded to a depression, a post-tropical depression. As soon as tomorrow, because you can see here, this is 23 hours from now. As you can see here, this is like 23 hours from now. So, as soon as tomorrow, as soon as tonight, as soon as tomorrow afternoon, it'll be gone, moving out in this direction. And look at the water temperatures. 23 to 24 degrees. This is not favorable for an environment tropical storm. Because when you see this out here, water temps like this, it could mean the storm is not in a favorable environment. So they start to weaken, they lose strength, and stuff like that. So it's pretty. So as you can see here, we got we got newly formed tropical storms, Frank and Georgette. The National Hurricane Center has upgraded them this morning. Frank was upgraded last night. Georgette was upgraded this morning. It's already, and it's moving. Frank will be following the footsteps of Tropical Storm Frank. It could be heading northwest. It could be following the footsteps of Estelle, the way that it says it. It says northwest, but it's moving northwest at 14. So here's the cone from the National Hurricane Center. It expects this thing to strengthen into a hurricane, as you can see here, very nicely. In about 7 days from now, about 5 days from now, it's out here in the middle of nowhere, downgraded. The waters up here are colder. That explains why it'll be weakening. And I don't think it'll be major hurricane status like Hurricane Blast and Hurricane Celia did. So, as you can see here, that was the cone from the NHC, and here's the satellite loop of Frank. Frank is definitely heading northwest. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the bubbles of the thunderstorm. They're just bubbling up in its center, heading northwest. It's a favorable environment, but the only problem is that there's like a huge mess up here with interaction with this storm. So as soon as it's very good. It's very nice looking storm. It's very well organized. It'll be heading northwest in the next few days, as you can see in the forecast points. It expects this to become a hurricane as early as tomorrow. So it'll be rapid intensity, and the water temps are like 30 degrees Celsius. So really, it'll be strengthening a lot as soon as tomorrow. And here's Tropical Storm Georgette out in the middle of nowhere. And here's the NHC that it really expects this to become a hurricane, maybe a 110. That's what I think. And it's moving northwest, maybe following Darby, or maybe could be following Darby or stuff like that. I don't know, and maybe following Darby or stuff like that. Oops, sorry. So here's the NHC, it really just, so yeah, here's Georgette. It's moving in this direction, very well defined. The only problem is that as soon as it gets up here, it could be interacting with dry air, so this is something that has a problem. But look at this already. Look at the center. It's almost like a hurricane developing. So yeah, I'll talk more about it tomorrow. For now, I'll be gone. I'll see you tomorrow.